season so far?
Everything's been great, man. Excited to be back. Excited to be here. Obviously, that means fall camp is here, so it's an exciting time. And first, I just appreciate all you guys, man. All that you guys do for us, and helping our team just show up in a positive light. So I appreciate all you do.
You have a pretty loaded tight end room. How do you kind of work around that, getting everyone like touches and things like that?
Yeah, we have a lot of talent, right? I mean, we've recruited these guys to come here and be a part of this team. Obviously, we think that they have something that showed up that can put them on the field. We have a lot of youth too, though, and having Lake McCree come back will be a huge deal for us. Obviously, a seasoned veteran, a guy that knows the ins and outs of the offense, is a great leader of our group, great leader on our team. But following him, you have a guy like Carson Tabaracci coming back, who's got a little bit under his belt now too, and then Walker Lyons, Walter Matthews, Cade. There's just a lot of really good talent in that group. So there is going to be a little bit of a challenge, obviously, to get these guys reps and meaningful reps and see what they can really do. But I think that's something that you just plan for as a coach, and you come into fall camp and let it rip when we get started.
What do you see in a guy like Walter Matthews coming in?
Yeah, Walter's a tremendous athlete. I think he jumped a 40-inch vertical when he got here. He ran a 1.5 10-yard split, which is freakish for a 6'7", 250-pound guy. So it'll be seeing what he can put together and take transition from the film room onto the field. How that processing is out on the field as well. But obviously all the physical tools are what we thought they were, and really exciting to see a player like him come to USC.
The younger group in here, but a lot of talent, obviously. How good do you think they can be?
I think they can be very good. They are young, but in this world of college football, it's just part of it. There's a lot of young players across the country that are playing. And, I try to manage like a realistic expectation with those guys as well. This is kind of one of those positions a little different than receiver. It's kind of a blend between O-line and receiver. So, O and D line, you typically are waiting a year or 6 months or whatever it is to kind of develop your body, understanding you have to go block 280-pound DNs, and it's not just running routes. So, I try to build like a realistic expectation with those guys as well. But they've worked extremely hard, man. They've done everything that we've asked, everything it takes to be elite, they've done. And really, starting with Lake kind of taking over the group and just being the leader there. These guys, they don't show up on lists for anything. They're doing extra work in the weight room. I think they've gained 70-something pounds from January until now. So they're doing all the right things.
So what could be the biggest strength of this unit, do you think, this year? Is that route running speed, size?
Yeah, I think from a physicality standpoint, I think we got some guys that can really run. I think it's the whole package. So overall, just the accountability of the group is going to show up. They're incredibly accountable. Like I said, they do all the right things. Like that shows up on game day, especially when you're expected to go out and kind of know the entire offense. You got to be in the run game, in the pass blocking game, in the route game. There's a lot on their plate, and so to have a really good, steady group of guys that are going to do the right things when you put out there. I think that's probably the most exciting thing.
What have you seen
What does the next step look like for the tight end position in this offense?
Yeah, I think, we're always trying to get on the field, no matter what it is. And, I think I've got a group of guys right now that are really hungry to do that. They always want to be a part of the passing game, obviously, and I always tell them we work at it every single day. You got to consistently show things on tape that show that you're going to be as effective or better than Zach Branch or Mekhi Lemon or Deuce or Jacoby, or we have to beat those guys out and show why we should be on the field instead of them. And so I think that's something that each of them are pushing for. I know obviously we're all pushing for it, and we want to be a bigger part. And with that, the way we can separate ourselves from some of those other guys by being elite blockers too. And that really opens up the playbook. And so they've worked really hard at that throughout the summer, again, just trying to change their bodies, gain weight, but good weight that they can still carry and run well with.
What have you seen from this defense maybe that gives unique challenges as far as blocking goes for the tight ends, maybe different from the last couple of years?
Yeah, no, Danton and those guys, man, have done a phenomenal job. They really kind of put you into some different binds, like fit-wise, which we all know from the UCLA game that we played against them. Schematically, I mean, Dan just does a great job. But they're great coaches, man. They really pushed our guys to attack and but also play sound ball. So just in regard to my guys' position, we've really had to get better at playing DNs that are trying to play right down the middle of us, and really try to challenge us physically, which has been great for us. That's what we need. That's what we're going to face in our upcoming games. So. Obviously, tremendously excited about our defense. Can't wait to play against them in camp. That makes us better coaches, better players, and all the above.
Have you seen blocking improve just with you said they add a bunch of weight and stuff, bigger bodies there. Does that kind of help with the blocking?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think the bigger and stronger you get, obviously, the easier it is for our guys to kind of get a little bit of movement. But it's a technique and fundamental game, especially when you're a tight end. You're smaller than a lot of the DNs you're playing, so that's always a transition. Being an offensive line background, going to a tight end, and being realistic about, okay, this guy's a 6'6", 275-pound DN. My tight end's 6'4", 6'5", about 250. He's probably not going to blow him off the ball and bury him every single play. So what are the fundamentals like? Is he getting his hat in the right spot? Are his hands in good position? Are his feet running? And so I use a lot of NFL clips and stuff like that, like Kittle and those type of guys, to show my guys like what it looks like. And I think that's helped a lot, man. Like, they've really improved at latching on and running their feet and finishing blocks, even if it's not perfect leverage, just being great finishers and being physical.